Well, it's an hour and a half later. Kitten is alive. I fed the mommies, fed the babies. Susan, the kitty feeders are not going to be kitty feeders. They're going to be water feeders. I'm not sponsored in my cat rescue, and I can't afford to feed them 24/7. They'll go through 16 pounds and more in less than 3 days. So they become water coolers as soon as they're empty. And I'm only going to feed them once a day. Because, you know, my back of my head is in flames. And it's hot. And the old farts are demanding to be fed before I get dressed. My feet are laminated into my socks, I'm sure, with poop. But the baby is still alive. So I've named him Champ. I've never had a Champ before. I know people think it's a dog's name, but it's not in this case. He's a beautiful, long-haired, black kitty with a white under his chin and white toes. Like Boots. Only they're not related. So I'm going to feed them, have a yogurt, do my audio with my podcast, get dressed, get in the car. I haven't heard from Penny, so she's still sleeping. So she's still in Waterloo. Get my stuff. Wait for her. Hopefully, in the meantime, the baby's getting a little something to eat. Shut up. I cleaned the kitty boxes, got all the bugs, sardines outside so that I can open the last box of kitty litter. Susan, anytime you're thinking, I wonder what Val wants. Val wants kitty litter. Val wants pine kitty litter. You can gift wrap it. That's what I want. Pine kitty litter. And you to come see me. I've never been to a lesbian bar, and I think there's one in Waterloo. That would be cool. And, you know, a friend of 23 years, I should actually meet her someday. We used to belong to New Dawn. There are several on my Facebook page that belong to New Dawn, and that's where we met, and that's where we've been friends for 23 years. We've never had a foul word. This is the only kitten that managed to get through the door with me. So, yay the kitten. It's right back here that I was rammed into the wall when the firemen got me out of the house. They had to get me up, and I'm 6 foot. I was sitting in front of Mom, trying to coax her to the floor, but she was calling 911. Mom said a big black cloud with sparkly things came over us, and that's when we stopped. And that was 214. I should have had one in 2008, but MDs, hospitals color code their records. MDs know at one look if you're insured or not. And they decide if they're going to do the work. That's why I say I think education, colleges, like in other countries, should be free. An educated populace makes the nation wiser and could, you know, do something significant. Like, well, I think the two most significant things that Christopher Reeve and Michael J. Fox ever did, well, Christopher fell off a horse, became a quadriplegic, but didn't sit on his ass, got out there, and made it better for others. There was one of the shows that I loved watching. It was on Wednesday night, I think. It was on NBC, because a lot of times NBC shows are sort of... This wasn't. It was with the fella from Big Bang, the guy who was the physicist with a speech impairment, and a real live, honest to goddess, quadriplegic. Just because people are crippled doesn't mean they're retarded, and doesn't mean they can't act or do anything. I walk with a cane. I might have a brain tumor because no one bothered to do anything about it at the time. And when I got hit by the wall, when the firemen ran my head in the wall, Iowa City did nothing. My head was swollen. So, a Dr. Schultz in Waukon, I think it was the name, and the Iowa University Medical Center did nothing when my head was swollen. My head was swollen for a year. When they finally did a MIR, in 2015, they could see that I had had 2 strokes and that I have a TBI. I can't test out of statistics. Luther College didn't get that, so they just kept putting me in there. I wanted to teach college level history. I wasn't going to go into research. Some rude little obnoxious bitch on YouTube had made a comment, "Oh, so you want your college paid for by the people?" Well, you know what? Fuck you. Pardon the language, but you know what? When there's a lesson that Attila the Hun's mother taught him. He wanted to go his own way, marauding and raping and pillaging. She said to him, "Son," she wanted to hit him in the head and say, you know, "You're stupid." She didn't say he was stupid. She said, "Son, take this branch and break it." And he did. It was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then she handed him, I'm a historian, this is my story. It's not my story, but it's a true story. And she says, "Here, break these 4 sticks." And he tried, and he tried, and he held his tongue just right. And he tried and tried and couldn't break them. He says, "It's impossible." She says, "Yes, it's impossible." And now I hear, sound of Cinderella in my hand. It's impossible. Do 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 do. Impossible. I'm gay. And I love musicals. So anyway, that was my ex would call it a segue. But I just thought it was interesting. And so he says, "What's that matter?" She says, "When you're with your brothers, you are the sticks. When you're alone, you're one." She sold it. If you're going to talk, sell what you're talking about. One person who goes to school and graduates and goes into their field helps others who think that they can't do it. I was 50 and I was back in school working toward my BA so I could get a master's, so I could get a doctorate, or try to. I wanted to teach college level history. I wanted to specialize in military history until you all got with the program, because gays and lesbians have been in our history since all the way back to the Romans. Before that, there was probably a gay artist in the caveman world showing them how to draw a horse on a wall. Now, he's getting really cranky. He's not fun when he's cranky because he kitty swears. And you know, when I'm out front, she and Ling Ling sit at different distances so that I can see them. So they can go, hey, what are you doing? Oh, never mind. It's not there. See? Cry. This is Lulu. She and Ling Ling bully me all the way back here so they can have a can of cat food. That's her again. I want you to have a blessed day, and I'm going to chat with you again later on. We're going to call this morning chat. You know, Franklin Delano Roosevelt can talk to people. Valke Heike Aquasqueton, Iowa, from Waukon, born in Storm Lake, Iowa, can talk to you too. Whether you listen to all I have to say or not. I think I had something worthwhile to say. Have a good day. Bye.